Shut up and sit down.
Oh, hello and welcome. North Wales side by side video. Anybody that owns an MR2 knows how crap the handbrakes are on them. This is my solution. This is a bracket with a hydraulic cylinder on it, a ratchet mechanism and an aluminium handbrake lever connected to it. This setup will also take the original cables. So I can apply a mechanical force and a hydraulic force all at the same time. Bit later on in the video I'll show you where everything's going in the car. But that is my solution to the really appalling handbrake on MR2s. They were never any good when they were new, and they've just steadily got worse as they've got older. So that's the way I'm going to solve the problem. I'm trying, and I think I've finally solved my handbrake problem. That's the original handbrake, which pulls on a cable, and it never ever works at the MOT, so I'm giving up on it. So I'm actually going to make a combined cable hydraulic handbrake system for the car. So that's the bracket I'm going to use, which is going to fasten down here. There's actually some mounting points I can use. Then master cylinder is going here above the handbrake cables. The original handbrake cable is going to come from here through an access hole around this roller, and then it's going to come up to a bracket on this hole here. So handbrake will operate, it'll pull the cable, and it will actually operate the mechanical brakes, but at the same time through this little linkage that's going that linkage is going onto the handbrake there, which screws onto the rod, will operate the hydraulics. So it'll be a combined mechanical and hydraulic handbrake. That there is the ratchet mechanism that's going to catch on that. So when you pull the handbrake up, it does lock. And then I've got to figure out some way of releasing this with the centre console on. But that's how I've decided I'm going to solve the MR2 handbrake problem. Hydraulic, mechanical, via all these gubbins. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, but doing it this way is actually legal. The MOT states on a car this old I have to have a mechanical form of handbrake, parking brake operation. But even though that pulls equally, and I've got a reading on both calipers, it doesn't apply enough pressure to lock the rear brakes up. That will apply the pressure to lock the rear brakes up. Then I'm going to have a parking brake that will at least pass an MOT. And once it's passed its MOT, I can just take all the adjustments off that and just use it as and when I need it, because this thing never gets left anywhere. The only place it's ever parked is either in the workshop or when I go somewhere, which isn't very often. I always find somewhere flat and I always put it in gear, because even though the handbrake works, when you put your foot on the foot brake and then apply the handbrake, I still don't trust it. But this is only to get it through the MOT in April. That's all it's about, nothing more. Because I'm fed up of having fails on the handbrake on this car, and it does it every single time. And it's had genuine Toyota cables, discs, pads, calipers rebuilt. It's had everything, so it should work. But it still doesn't work to an MOT standard. This is going to take me a week or two just to get everything in the right place, get everything adjusted and get it working. I've also got to figure out where to put the handbrake switch on all this gubbins. I've got all that to figure out, but it's going to work. Hydraulic and mechanical handbrake on an MR2. I'll show you the stages I go through as I'm doing it, but that's what I'm up to at the moment.